Playing Minecraft by yourself can get a little bit boring. Playing with friends, on the other hand, is always a good time, at least for a while. Now, I'm not going to tell you that Minecraft in a solo world is superior to playing on a server. For a lot of people, that just isn't the case. But I truly believe that if you start your own world with a good mindset, you can come to adore single-player Minecraft. One of the main benefits you can get from playing single player rather than multiplayer is you have total customization over your world, meaning you and only you can decide how things are run. This could be by deciding if you want to add any mods or data packs to your world. Potentially you might want to play with some add-ons that most players wouldn't really want in their world. Well, doesn't matter. You want to add it to your world, then you add it and no one can argue otherwise. Then if you want to take it away, you can do that too. Or just try some things out and experiment to see what you personally like playing with. Not only is it the mods and packs you can be the decider on, but also the entire way your world is played. You make the rules. It's a sandbox game after all. The whole point of Minecraft is there are no rules. They only come along when playing with others, which, don't get me wrong, is a good thing on a server, otherwise things just end in chaos. But in a solo world, you're the boss, so you play the game however you want to play it. This could be playing on peaceful mode if you don't want the hassle of mobs, using commands to make your life a little bit easier, even going into creative mode if you want to quote unquote cheat some items into your inventory. Of course, go careful with that sort of thing, otherwise you might lose interest. We'll touch on that a bit later, but the point is, it doesn't matter how other people think you should play the game, you just do you. I know it can be tempting when starting a new world to try and do everything as quickly as possible. Get yourself to the point where you're in full netherite armor, elytra equipped, and you've got everything you need to do whatever. And that's kind of the problem. What exactly is whatever? Arguably, the best point in a Minecraft world is the beginning, when everything is fresh and exciting and it feels like you've restored your childlike wonder you used to have for the game. Then why is it such a rush to get out of that phase? Just take your time. You'll be fine not having wings to fly around on for a while or enchanted armor that practically makes you invincible. Stick with your old rusty iron gear and get yourself a horse to travel around on. Basically, be in the moment. Enjoy the start of your world for exactly what it is. Do some things you wouldn't have a need for in the late game, like go out on an adventure to find some of the generated structures containing all sorts of goodies that will become obsolete to you at some point. But for right now, a treasure chest full of these types of items is gonna feel game changing. Not forgetting, you're by yourself here. There's no other players to try and keep up with. You're not gonna be left behind if it's just you, so take things a tad slower than you might usually. I know I've just made starting a new world sound very tempting, but I do think it's something you should try and avoid if you can. At least the idea of going through the same cycle of starting from scratch, playing for a bit, then getting bored over and over again. If you can, try to keep your worlds for as long as possible, as that's where the value in them lies. Having a world you've been playing for a good while feels so much more rewarding than a lot of smaller worlds without anything really going on. If you find yourself getting bored of your current world, maybe just take a break or entirely up and move somewhere else within the same world and treat it as though you're starting anew. That way you don't lose anything. All the time you've spent working on your creations aren't just lost forever and forgotten about. You still have the ability to go and visit them, like a trip down memory lane. Not only that, but I do really think that having a forever world is such a neat way to play the game. You have physical representations of your time spent playing. You can see how your building ability has changed, whether you just generally do things a bit different nowadays, or even associating a real life memory with a certain part of your world that will bring it rushing back to you. So if you are going to start a new single player world, let it be one of the last times you do. Or at least just keep it going for as long as possible. And whatever you do not delete your old worlds, because one day you will want to go back and have a look around. Setting yourself goals for your Minecraft world is a great way to stay motivated. Now, you don't need to be super regimented with these goals. It's not like if you don't stick to them, you've failed and everything is pointless. Not at all. It's just nice to have something or a few things to aim towards. That way you've got a reason to keep on playing. It could be a big building project that you want to complete, a farm that you're hoping to construct, or even something like collecting every item in the game or completing every advancement. You get the idea. Having this big end goal that you can look towards will hopefully keep you going, and of course in the process of that one big goal, you're going to have a bunch of smaller goals to achieve. Little stepping stones to get you there. Not forgetting, like I mentioned earlier, don't try and rush this, just take your time and enjoy the process. Then when you finally finish, move on to the next one. Burnout is a nasty thing, and so very common when it comes to games like Minecraft. If you push yourself too hard, too fast, and play too much, you're gonna crash, and if it's a bad crash, you may never play again. Without sounding too dramatic, it is sorta true. If I played Minecraft much more than I currently did, I would get sick of it. No matter how much I love this game, there is a limit. So what I do, and I know it's a bit different for me because I make videos, but if I start to get a bit fed up with a certain build or world, I just do something else. Whether it's something different in Minecraft or just switching everything off entirely. There is absolutely no point in pushing yourself through Burnout just to get a project done by a certain point, for example. You're meant to be playing for fun, so when it stops becoming fun, just stop. It's that easy. You can pick it up again another time when you feel re-energized, but if you keep going even when you can feel the burnout setting in, well, that's just another nail in the coffin of your world. Keep that up and one time you'll frustratedly log out and may never log back in. It all comes back to taking your time and remembering that it is only you in this world. There's no time limit, no one's waiting for you to hurry up and get it done, so just chip away at whatever you're working on and make sure you're continuing to have a good time whilst doing so. It could also be worth mentioning that having your sights set too high on something could end poorly, so maybe just take that into account before starting any new projects. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Small bites are the way to go. Just because you're playing in a single player world doesn't necessarily mean you're alone, and I'm not talking about Herobrine. I just mean you can share what you've done with other people. For me, that is one of the main appeals to playing multiplayer, getting to show off what you've been building to your friends and checking out their builds too. Obviously, in a single player world, there's no one physically there to have a look around, unless you open your world up to a LAN, which I guess is a possibility. But there are tons of other ways you can showcase what you've done. It could be as simple as sending some screenshots to your friends or getting a family member to come and take a look, even if they have no idea what they're actually looking at. When I first started playing Minecraft, I did that to my mum quite a bit. She was very supportive and obviously a terrible judge of Minecraft builds because they were atrocious. There's a huge community out there that adores this game spread all over the internet that you can become a part of. Maybe try sharing some of your builds on Reddit, for example, and getting some feedback that way. There's tons of Discord servers that might be of interest. I've even got one with a specific channel dedicated to sharing Minecraft builds, and I always love seeing what you guys come up with, so please feel free to join that. You could make your own Instagram account to post builds on, or even just go all out and start making videos like I did 7 years ago. Even if they're not the best and no one really watches, it still adds a whole other level onto your Minecraft world and how you interact with it. And who knows, it may even unexpectedly blossom into something much bigger. I really hope this video has helped you see that single player Minecraft can still be a lot of fun. Again, don't get me wrong, multiplayer really is too, but a solo world is always going to be there for you to jump in and start playing. Thank you so much for watching, bye for now.